Now we have gone over a number of different types of selectors, but there's one more thing that we want to consider, and that is using these selectors in combinations. And there are two main ways that we'll be combining these selectors together. We'll be grouping our selectors, and we'll also be creating compound selectors. So let's try grouping first. Let's imagine that I wanted all three of my headings to be blue. I'll go back to our document and we'll set that up. Currently, we have a tag style for H1, and down lower we have other tag styles for H3 and H2. As you can see, I have the color setting in H1, but I don't have any color set for H2 and H3. Now I could simply copy this rule and paste it down into these two areas, but just to try out grouping, let's see how we can set up all three at once. First of all, I'm going to take the color rule out of the H1 style tag since it's not going to be exclusive to that one. Right above the H1 selector, I'm going to create a new selector, and this time I'm going to type in H1, comma, and follow it with H2 and H3. This selector is going to create a style for all three tags at once. And I can use the commas between any selectors I want here. I'll finish off the tag with the normal syntax, and I'll paste in our color rule. Let's save our changes to the document, and we'll go out and test it. And now you can see that all three of my heading tags have turned blue. Of course, we set up a special class heading on this one, which overrides the blue color. Now, there's no real difference if you use three different style settings or create a group tag like this. You basically want to choose the selectors to fit the styles that you need in your document in your site. Now, the other way of combining selectors together is called a compound selector. And this selector is a little bit different in that instead of grouping items together, it allows you to tunnel down and find a specific item on the page. So let's try that out. If I look down the page a little bit, we can take a look at the paragraphs that we have set up. Currently, I have the top paragraph here included inside of a div tag, and the rest of the paragraphs are sitting at the root level of the document. If I wanted to tunnel into this paragraph and make a specific setting on it, I could use a combination tag for that. I'll go back up to the top and set that up. I'll go underneath the other p tags that we created before, and I'm going to create another tag starting with the outside or parent tag that we have, which is div. Then I'll leave a space, I won't use a comma, and I'll use a p tag. And we can set up the rest of our syntax with the curly braces. Now this selector will actually look for a div tag, and then it will look for a p tag inside of it, and it will ignore any paragraphs outside of div tags. So you can see that's going to find the exact paragraph we're looking for. I'm going to use a font size property in here to change the text to a very small size so we can see it. I'll use a colon, and let's set that down to, let's say, 9 pixels. I'll save my changes, and let's go out and take a look at our page. Once I refresh, you can see that it found that one paragraph that's inside of a div tag, changed the size on it, and left the other paragraphs alone.